Okay, so hello everybody, welcome to this week's plan with me in my Hobonichi Cousin. So I thought I'd just show you how last week ended up. So here we go. So it's not quite finished. I haven't actually filled in yesterday. I'm filming this Sunday afternoon, so not quite filled in yesterday and today as yet, but I will catch that up and make sure that's updated. So there we go. So this week I am going to use another kit from Silent Beauty Plans. I've got a few hoarded and I just decided it's about time I actually use them. So I'm going to use this Potions Master Kit, which is just gorgeous. So I wanted to bring in some washi. So I recently bought this from Gretel Creates. I think you will have seen it in a haul. And although it's slightly different colour, there's a bit of green in there somewhere. You probably can't see that on camera, but it's got the moons, but it's got the potion bottles on this as well, and I just thought that would match up really nice. And I think the blue and the green, I don't think it would look too awful. So I'm just going to start by popping this down here. So how's everybody? How's your week been? A little bit cooler. I've had a bit of a funny week. It's been a good week, no issues or problems, just really quiet work-wise. So it's just been like Monday was really busy because I was doing, let me just bring you in slightly, bear with me. There we go, so you can see a little better. I'll have to see what I'm doing a bit more. So yeah, so Monday was fairly busy because it was our month end and I have to do lots of bits and pieces for month end. I'm just going to take this all the way across rather than splitting it, so I just push that into the crease. There we go. Yeah, so Monday was month end, so Monday was quite busy, but the rest of the week was slow, and you know when you haven't got a great deal to do and things just drag a little bit. So yeah, it was a bit like that all week, but that's fine. We got through, no problem. The washi cutter I'm using is this really sweet little one. You can use it as a keyring, but it is officially a washi cutter. Note to self, take a break when you need it. This is from Plannings by Create, so another one of the lovely bits and pieces I use of Emma's. Okay, so let's put the date covers in. So this week, this is a, oh okay, so this is a standard vertical kit. I hadn't realised that, it's one I've had a while. So obviously this isn't going to fit perfectly. Date covers are really easy because you can just overlap them. And because of Wednesday especially, you've got that little bit extra there. I don't mind if that goes straight to the crease rather than just across the box. Don't mind that at all. And then we'll start Thursday just over a little bit because again we've got the crease. Actually, that doesn't go too bad at all with that, does it? The blue and the green. When I was little, because I grew up in the same house as my gran, we lived with my gran, and she's quite a traditionalist, typical black country, if you're aware of kind of the black country in the middle of the UK, just outside Birmingham. Don't call us Brummies though, we are black country folk. But yeah, she was quite funny, and she was full of lots of different kind of little sayings and things like that. So there was always kind of something being said. And it was always said, blue and green should never be seen. Has anybody heard that said before? And she would always say that you would never wear blue and green together. They just didn't go. But yeah, I quite like blue and green. Quite like them together. So I'm booking that trend. So not a clue where that came from. It's just something that she used to say. So like I say, I don't know if anybody else has heard that. So I think for this week, I'm going to actually cover the calendar. I usually leave that there, but I'm not really using it, and I think I'd like to utilise the sidebar a little bit more. So there is a beautiful quote sticker here, so you can see that. So it says, I can teach you how to be with the mind and ensure the senses. I can tell you how to bottle some brew. Right, let's start that again, because for some reason I can't read, and I have got my reading glasses on. It's because it's white on black, I struggle with that. I can tell you how to bottle some, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death. Wow. I'm presuming, is that a Harry Potter quote? Because I know a lot of Erin's kits are Harry Pottery. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, probably should have put that a little bit further up, but hey ho, it's there now. So there we go, we've got the quote there. And then that's how to do. So it seems at the moment, every week, I'm changing up how I'm working things. This is currently the only constant. My cousin. Yeah, I keep forgetting this is a standard vertical, so again this is going to be a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll just cut that edge. Not a problem at all. So there's a lot of pre-orders and planners around at the moment ready for next year. Now, I don't fuss too much. I kind of make a decision as I go and just see what I like. I generally end up with a cousin or a stalogy, some kind. Let me just bring it back slightly because I don't think I've quite got that set right. There we go. That's a bit better. But I have ordered a few things, and included in that is I have bought a half-year sterling ink commonplace. So this is just the July to December one for the rest of this year, and I just thought I'd give this a try. I've been using the my B6 stalogy that I've just come into since July. So, but this came up in a D-stash, so I grabbed it and I just thought I'd give it a try. I do like a vertical layout. It's pretty much the same as the Cousin, but obviously smaller. So I do like that there's so many pages in the back. It's kind of like the Weeks, in as much as it's got all of those, all of that in the back. So we'll give it a go. I know there's a lot of issues around the binding. This looks like it's a little bit stronger than the previous versions of it, and I know she's improved them for next year, but we'll see. I love the box. So I'm going to give that a go, and we'll do a setup in there. I have set up my B6 for this week. I haven't done that on camera, I just did that anyway. So let me just show you. I think I showed you the setup. So this is how that first week started out. So it's a very different kind of setup for me. Again, I've got to go back in and do yesterday and today. It's more wordy. This is not the kind of layout that I'm used to having. I'm usually much more decorative and sticker based and box based, but I just wanted to try that. Don't know how much I like it, so we'll see, but it's just 1 week to try. And for next week I've set up a slightly different setup. So I've got my weeklies down here, and then so I've kind of mirrored the weeks, that kind of layout that I was using to track my symptoms and things. And I've got moods and meals, so I really want to kind of see how maybe medication, my moods and things are affected maybe by what I'm eating as well. So I've put my tracker graph in here as well, so everything can be seen. And I was just hoping that would be a really nice way to keep track of the week. This I've carried on and used the sterling ink again, just so that it flows nicely. These are beautiful. Oh, and I've got this symptom tracker as well. I've got off Etsy, which this has been really useful just to see. I don't know if this kind of is very me, in as much as kind of like my style. I prefer, I guess, more of a traditional kit or a journaling kit. it's okay, we're going with it, but I don't know if I would use it as a full week moving forward. I'll pick some bits out because I've got quite a lot of it left, and I'll use the date covers, but not sure. And I don't think it's something I'd go back to purchasing on a regular basis. But yeah, so that's that. That's an update. I did actually go into my A6 and set that up as well because I just missed it. Missed having it to hand. So maybe I'll do some more setups in that. So I'm just jabbering a little bit. Let's get on with this. So let's get some numbers. So I think we can go with some chunkier ones, can't we, for this? So let's use Silent Beauty Plan's numbers as well because they should fit quite nicely. Not a clue what the date would be. 10th. Okay, so I'm actually on annual leave on Monday. I booked an extra day off just for a bit of, you know, when you've got a bit of extra annual leave that you need to spread across the year. It's got to be used up. We're quite lucky with work. We're allowed to buy extra leave, up to 5 days extra per year, and then it's prorated out, and you kind of and then you pay for it monthly out of your, it comes out of your wages, but it's kind of just like the equivalent of 5 days pay, and then that's split over 12 months, and yeah, so it works out quite a nice way of doing that to get some bit extra leave. So I have done that for the last 2 years since I've worked where I'm working, so that's really nice thing to be able to do. So okay, so we've got to-dos over there, so we'll leave that. So let's put a deco in. So let's put a box in and have those 4 for work. Oh, I'm only going to need 3, aren't I? Actually, we'll put the 4 in. Ugh, jabber Marie. Let's do them this way so that we can overlap them. Monday, Tuesday. I like this colour palette. I like that it's a little bit different, a bit darker. And then that one for Thursday, that will fit if we pop it there. Oops. Huh, look at that. Almost straight. Almost. And then we'll pop this one down on Friday. And just pop it in there, one of my clear non-working day stickers that I made myself. So I could do with some opinions, if you don't mind. A few of my friends that I have that have been watching my videos but aren't planners, but they've just watched them, you know, because they're interested to see what I'm doing, have actually said, okay, so this is really interesting, we kind of like this, so how do we get into planning? What would your advice be? So they've kind of asked if I can do some beginners, so planning for beginners kind of series of videos, and some advice there. So is that something you think you'd like to see? What would your tips be? So if you'd got a friend that was brand new to planning, had never planned, was just teetering on the edge of the old rabbit hole that we all know so well, what would your advice be? Oh, there's 2 doubles here, isn't there? Okay, we can use this one. What would your advice be? What would you advise they try to start with? What would be those first few steps? I think for me personally, it would depend on what kind of budget they've got. If they kind of didn't mind what they were spending, obviously that's very few of us right now. with the cost of living crisis and things like that, then, you know, if you're in the position to be able to buy a few different ones and try them out, then go for it. I think other than that, my main piece of advice would be to buy a Stalogy or a bullet journal, some kind of, you know, plain book that you can work through yourself, and then maybe look at different planner videos, different planners online, have a look at the different layouts, see what takes your fancy, and then have a go at replicating those layouts in Stalogy or in a bullet journal, and take it from there and just see what suits you best, see what kind of size you like as well. I think that's a big one, isn't it? For me, I think I've tried every size going, and it used to be that I could never get on with an A6 at all, but for some reason recently that's become one of my favourites. I'm really enjoying using the A6, which is a bit of a shock because, like I say, I never thought it was something that that would suit me particularly. So yeah, so what would be your top tips? And we'll see if we can maybe put that into a video, and maybe I can, I've got an A5 Stalogy that's got some space left in, so maybe I could use that and just show how to replicate different spreads in that and see what you think. So let me know, let me know if you think that would be worth doing, or if it was something, you know, you'd like to see, or like I say, if you've got any tips that you can offer. To those that I know that are beginners. Oh gosh. Brain fart. There we go. Okay. So that's my work. Where's my scripts? Let's put some work scripts for there. So this is a beautiful kit. I think particularly, even though it's a standard vertical kit, they do still fit okay, particularly with having the double boxes, because you can just put it across those days. It's not a problem. For me, I think, you know, I've mentioned before, I'm not overly precious about kit size. If I like it, I'll use it. Regardless of what size it is, and I'll make it work. I know a lot of people will kind of cut them down and cut the edges, and, you know, that's fine. If that works for you, then, you know, that's all well and good. For me, I just prefer, I don't mind overlapping them slightly, or I don't mind if they go across the boxes. In fact, I quite like it when things aren't, you know, necessarily, I've put work there and it's day off, what a wally, not concentrating. That's not going to show, is it? There, let's put it there. Okay. Good old rubber link, they do come up quite nicely. Kerry's clear stickers are pretty amazing. There we go. So I've also had come in the post that I'll put into a haul. I'm going to put it in a video on its own. I've had the Harriet Wright bundle come for August, and to me that's very similar in a lot of ways to the Sterling Ink subscription. And I've also ordered the Colour Cafe version as well. I'm waiting for that. That ships on the 12th, I think. So what I'm going to do is, although I've used some of the Sterling Ink subscription, you can still kind of see what you get, and obviously I can show it you in the book if you haven't already watched that setup video. What I'm going to do is I'll do a video and I'm going to compare all three. I'll let you know the prices. Obviously Sterling Ink is in the US, the other two are UK based, and we'll just have a look at kind of what you get for your money, the differences between them all, the different papers, and kind of which one, because they are all very similar in that I've got like that floral aesthetic, and there's a similar, the items that are in there are quite similar. So yeah, that could be, I think that would be quite interesting to see. So I don't need meals and things in here because I'm tracking that now in the B6, so that's fine. So this literally is going to be what's coming up for the week and bits and pieces that we do. We need a happy mail. So let's leave a space for to-dos and then we'll pop happy mail here. And then we'll put a Monday to Sunday. And then I don't generally get, there's enough space to put 2 or even 3 if you get that amount of happy meal, but I can put it in the day. Happy meal? Happy, oh my goodness. Happy mail. I can put it on the actual day and then move a highlight over to here, I guess. Habit tracker. Don't actually need 2. Need 3. 2 will be enough. So if we pop this down and then sort of fold that up and see if the washi cutter will. It should do because it's just paper. And there we go, that's okay, that's not too bad. A little rubbed edge, but that's not too bad at all. Okay, so we're going to need 1 for meds. Oh, you can't see this at all, can you? I've come completely off. Apologies, let's bring it down. Sorry. So I just cut the bottom off that box. So I just used washi cutter to just folded it over and cut it. And I'm going to have meds here and then tracking. Because we need to make sure there's a habit of making sure I do my tracking. So let's put a couple of these down for the to-dos. Move this over. Yeah, you can still see that. That's fine. There we go. We'll put 2. Let's put both of the grey ones because they match the headers. See if we can get that. Perfect. Couldn't have done that if I'd tried, could I? Okay, anything else we need to? Yeah, we need this. We need this teacup. Let's put it in this gap on Friday. That'll be nice. Also, Friday is generally my coffee and catch-up day with various friends that I see on a Friday. It being my day off, so that's been really nice recently. It's really nice to kind of have that time actually to see friends on that extra day. Sorry if you can hear my son shouting in the background. He's I think, as I've mentioned before, he's gaming away. So let's pop a next week over there so we can make any notes. And we'll pop we can pop anything down that we need to pop in to remember before setting up next week. That's something I'm not very good at doing, and then I forget. And I know that week there will be a couple of appointments, I believe, so I'll be able to mark them there to remind me to put them in. Something I need to do, having said that, for Monday is, well, not a huge amount of boxes to me, so let's use one of these. I have got some of the boxes that I can pop in. So I need to call my GP, contact GP for a repeat of my HRT meds. I'm going to change my patch and realised that I needed another prescription. I've got enough till Saturday. And also, having said that, because I forgot and ended up doing it late twice this week, so because I do look at this every day, I didn't put it on last week, so probably why I forgot. Okay, and then on Saturday as well. Not something I want to be forgetting. Okay, so I think that works quite well. So anything else? Do we need anything else from here? Let's use these bits of deco, because why not? This one over here. Another bottle. Where should we put the bottle? Let's do an in-between. As you know, I do love an in-betweeny. I presume that's a cauldron. I'm not entirely sure what that one is. Is it a potato? Why would it be a potato? Obviously I'm missing something. A reference there. Erin, if you're watching, let me know. Is it a potato? Why a potato? So is it to do with the herbology with Harry Potter? Is it the little screamy fella? Yeah, I do like Harry Potter, but I don't get into the details and I always forget. Okay, anything else? I will need to use the pickup, but we'll probably add that to the to-dos actually. So far for this coming week, oh, we've got a deco left. As if I nearly forgot. Yeah, let's pop it down here, then we'll have that staggered and that'll work. I love a diagonal staggered deco. Yeah, that's really nice. So yeah, really happy with how that looks. I think that washi does actually work really well with that kit. So I've used quite a lot. I've got a couple of boxes left. Some headers, a bildew, don't need that yet. Tend to put them in my reusable sticker book and use them at the end of the month. And then there's a couple of more bits of deco and some stars that I'll either use as deco at the end of the week or I'll use them to mark things. Probably use them as I add things in each day. So yeah, so that's the 10th to the 16th of July. So there we go. So yeah, so tell me down below what you think about a beginner series and what your top tips would be. That would be really helpful. And obviously, if I use any of those in the video, I will give you credit. I will make sure I mention whose tip it was. So thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Drop me a subscription. We're doing really well. I really want to try and get up to that 100 or on 64. So if you know anybody that might be interested, if you want to, only if you want to, obviously, recommend that they give us a watch and give us a subscribe. Yeah, to get to 100 would be like really amazing for me. So I know some of the other channels have got way more subscribers, but even to get to 100 for me would be quite, huge achievement. So that would be good. So yeah, so if you wouldn't mind giving us a bit of a share, absolutely would love that. So, and also when I hit 100, I'll do a giveaway. I'll put together a little pack and we'll do a subscriber giveaway for anybody that wants to join that. But anyway, thanks again for popping by. Have a great week and I'll see you soon. Take care.